for my Web 2.0 project, I choose to create a blog on blogspot.com. I like it because it's free and because all of my students are able to access it. Students are able to access the website either from home if they have internet available, or they can come into school either before school, after school, or during lunch. And we have a lab available for them. So you'll notice that my first post is about figurative language. This is for my freshman English class. On the figurative language page, I've got the title and then a few terms for them. And under these terms is a definition and an example. They then have to tie figurative language to the literature that we're working on, which is the book Night, which is about the Holocaust. So they're then taking more grammar elements of figurative language and they're adapting them to the literature and really kind of putting them to hands-on use, which I really like for them. So these first 4 questions would be their homework, which would be turned in class the next day. And right here is an assignment that I would give them, and I would allow them a day or 2 to complete, just in case there were problems with their computer at home and they hadn't planned on it, and then they needed to come in before school. That way it gave them a few time for any technical difficulties that they may have. So their assignment for online would be to post a comment. They go to the comments section. The first thing they have to do is create a simile and a metaphor of their own by giving an example. So if I were to comment, I click the comments button and I would put simile. I could put she swam as fast as a fish. In metaphor, I could put love is a red rose. And then I could post that comment if I were only going to answer number 1. What did you do in order to come up with these elements of figurative language? They would also need to answer that. However, just for the sake of time, I'm going to go ahead and just post this. So, if we look, we can see that I have a username, and we can see what I said, the date and the time in which I said it. So, no kid can come to me and say, hey, yes, I did do that, I did turn it in, because I have proof right here of exactly when they did turn it in. If you look on this right-hand column, over here I have a blog archive. So as I build the different entries, I will then be able to reference and tell them, look at the figurative language blog from October, or look at the comma blog from September, if I'm building on it. It gives me, it gives a little bit of a profile about me. And over here, there are no members yet, but I can make this private so that only my students can comment on it. I like that as well, as far as a safety feature for the kids. And I can either give them a screen name that is completely anonymous, like numbers, maybe it has to do with their student ID, or I can let them create their own. So they can join the site, we can have followers. Other than that, though, I think it's a really easy website to use. It's pretty simple and straightforward. There's not a whole lot of bells and whistles that the kids who are not real computer savvy would get confused by. So I do like that a lot. I think what I have learned the most about this during this project, as I thought about it, I wanted to make sure that whatever I used for the kids, it could be safe and I could monitor it, yet it could still be interactive. So if we did decide to do some sort of international pen pal type situation, I could open it up for kids in China or I don't know, Japan, South Korea, where Germany, I know another teacher has Skyped or done a pen pal with kids in Germany, where no matter where they are in the world, as long as they have internet access, they can communicate with my students. So I do think something like this would be good for the kids. It would be easy in that situation because anyone can post as long as I've opened it up to them. And I could real easily, in my blog up here, I could very easily just put a topic and let all the kids kind of write about it. And that way, instead of only having one pen pal, we've got a class of pen pals that they can respond to. So that's an idea too with this site. I think the most difficult part of the Web 2.0 project for me was figuring out how to get the screenshot, to be able to do the voiceover and communicate effectively.